Hey y'all, I'm Bruce Sam, and welcome to my sharing of my favorite tracks on the Bottom Drawer Sessions number 5. It's actually one of the best sessions. So let's get to it. My first favorite on this album is called The Love You Left Behind. It's got a kind of a mysterious title, don't you think? There's really not much to say about my experience with it. It's just, I think it's a gorgeous song. It has a steady beat and a very soothing melody. You'll hear it as I sing it. So here is The Love You Left Behind. Your lovely face is turning up to mine. A fragment of the love you left behind. A frozen moment time cannot erase. The taste of sadness in your morning kiss. Another fragment added to the list. Wrapped in tissue paper in my mind. A fragment of the love you left behind. And then we get another guitar solo. That's like a verse length in this song. Fragment of the love you left behind. Walking with your fingers curled in mine. A fragment of the love you left behind. A trace of sorrow on your lovely face. The sound of children carried on the breeze. Running through those fallen autumn leaves. Our future like our fingers intertwined. A fragment of the love you left behind. A fragment of the love you left behind. A fragment of the love you left behind. See, that's good stuff, huh? All right, let's see what Jeremy had to say about it. Okay. I can always tell which songs were written when, just because of the amount of words. As David became increasingly unwell, the amount of words decreased. Unwell with what? Unlike Buffalo Gal, that's the track that comes before this one on the album. From the beginning of our collaboration, this dates from close to the end. I would get a few lines in an email, and then laboriously via Skype from Paris, we would try and add enough to make an acceptable song. The upside of this is, of course, that Joe has to fill the gaps, and that would explain how most of this is guitar solos, which he does brilliantly. But even though the song had a difficult birth, Pierce can still amaze with a line like, our future like our fingers intertwined. Yeah, that's a good lyric. It has some good lines. But there was one line in this song that appealed to my mother. Like in the lyric, wrapped in tissue paper in my mind. My mother was my mother cracked up at the way Jeremy says tissue because he has this really heavy British accent. So when he says wrapped in tissue paper, in my mind, he says wrapped in tissue paper. Yeah, I actually found it hilarious when I first heard it. But my mother actually acknowledged the fact that it was funny. Or at least her opinion, per se. So, my second favorite on this album is called Lost in Love. It is so catchy. So catchy. I first heard it when I was in my swimming pool, and I was listening to number 5 because I was binge listening to these albums to prepare myself for the upcoming number 9. And when it got to this song, I was dancing in the water, and my father was looking at me funny, but I didn't care. I was just enjoying the catchy beat, and I'm sure you will when you hear me sing it. So here's Lost in Love. One look was all it took, and I was lost. The dice were tossed, fates were kind, and now I find I'm lost in love on some uncharted sea, without a sign to guide my way. I'm lost, but don't bother looking for me, 'cause lost in love is where I wanna be. One glance and then romance, my reason fled. I lost my head and now I'm fine that I'm fine blind. I'm lost in love in some uncharted land, without a map to guide my way. I'm lost, but don't bother searching for me, 'cause lost in love is where I wanna stand. I may be lost, but my lucky star is out tonight. It's shining high above to bring me light as I struggle through this wonderful, dangerous wilderness called love. Guitar solo. I may be lost, but my lucky star is out tonight. It's shining high above to give me light as I struggle through this wonderful, dangerous wilderness called love. One look was all it took, and I was lost. The dice were tossed, fates were kind, and now I find I'm lost in love on some uncharted sea, without a sign to guide my way. I'm lost, but don't bother searching for me, 'cause lost in love is where I wanna be. I'm lost, but don't bother looking for me, 'cause lost in love is where I wanna be. Wow. See, wasn't that fun? Yeah, especially the ending. The ending always appealed to me because it sounded like something out of a Wiggles song. Because the Wiggles often end their songs with like da-da, and that's why I ended it like this, because that's how they do it on DVD. Now, let's see what Jeremy had to say. If you are lucky enough to have a tame lyricist, all you have to do is to look long and hard at the words and wait for the penny to drop, so to speak. Well, obviously, this is from some Lost 30s musical, an extravaganza involving white staircases and ocean liners and comic butlers. Just follow the words. So I did. Chad said he couldn't believe this wasn't from that era. A great compliment. I always used to make point of mixing it up when setting the tunes. Thus, just finished some steaming country rocker. Time for a ballad. Finish that. might be some reggae, and so on. Hint, don't pick up an instrument to start with. Your fingers will just head for the same old changes. A walk and a hum can produce surprising results. Yeah, actually they can. And yeah, they can in terms of my type of writing, story writing. In fact, earlier today I was talking with my grandma about an episode of The Twilight Zone that she watched. I won't give it away, but it sparked an idea for a story that I'll make later. But while we're on the subject of the song, I'm just going to point out that it wasn't actually from an old 30s musical. That's just what it sounded like. To Chad especially, because I remember watching one of Jeremy's bottom drawer broadcasts on his Facebook page. And after he sang the song, he gave a story about Chad's reaction, and he gave him the reaction he wanted, that it sounded like something out of a 30s musical. So that's good, isn't it? So that's it for the best songs on number 5. The 2 best ones, at least. There are good ones, like I Never Knew That It Could Be Like This. That's a nice one. And there's also Rien ne va plus. That's French for Nothing Is Going Well. Chad loved that one. I think they did it in some of their last live shows. It was that and Lady Wants a Gentleman. That's the title track of number 5. It's not one of my favorites, but it's cool. It's worth mentioning. Easy Come, Easy Go. That's a funny one, actually. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later for the sharing of my favorite songs on Bottom Drawer Sessions number 6.